Hey Geotiers, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I have been requested by a subscriber to make a video on installing Zenwalk, which is a spin of Slackware, and doing the step-by-step on how to install it because he had issues on installing it. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we start the video though, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, and maybe the join button. Either way, do one of those buttons, which whatever strikes your fancy. So let's go ahead and dive in. So now we're going to go ahead and hit enter. One for the keyboard map. We're going to select US. Yep, works good. We're going to hit 1 now. That's good. Now we're going to log in as root. We're going to type in CF disk. Oh, try spelling it right. We're going to do a GPT partition. Out of 40 gigs, we're going to do a new one, and it's going to be 512 megs. The type is going to be a BIOS boot. Next, we're going to create a swap, which is going to be 4 gigs, 4 gigabytes. Shoot, and it's going to be Linux swap. We're going to select the next one, which is going to be free space. Of the rest of it, which is going to be 35.5 gigs, we're going to create a new partition, give it the whole partition. So we're just going to hit enter here. And then the type is going to become our Linux file system. And then we're going to actually have to write this. And so now we got to type the full yes, not just Y. On F disk, you type Y. This one you want yes. They both work the same, though. It's literally the same thing. So now that we've written that, and it has been altered, we're going to quit this application. And now we're going to type in setup in order to enter the Zenwalk setup. So now it's scanning it, and so we don't need that. So key map, we're going to remap your keyboard if you're not using a US one, which we are. We're going to add our swap partition, so that's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to hit OK to that. Zenwalk will now prepare your system swap space. When formatting swap partitions with make swap, you may also check them for bad blocks. This is not the default since nearly all modern hard drives check themselves. So we're just going to not worry about that if it does that, but would you like to check for bad blocks while running the make swap? Well, no, we're not going to do that. And now it's set up to swap. So now it is done. And so it is labeled as swap. Its defaults, it's 00. So there you go. So now this is already selected our 36, what's remaining left over of the 40 gig hard drive. This is actually going to select that as our root partition. So we're going to hit select. We're going to do a quick format on it. And we're going to set it up to, you can set it up to BTRFS, ext4. I'm just going to roll with ext4 since that's the standard of most things. And I don't want to see if, I don't want it to create any issues potentially with anything. So, and that's the one that they had highlighted normally. So, but as you can see, you can go ext through 3 or 4. You got JFS, RiserFS, BTRFS, F2FS, and XFS support. So let's go ahead and select this. And yes, we're going to do that to our FS tab. Now remember the FS tab is the part that actually loads which hard drives it loads to where on boot. And we're going to install from CD or DVD because it's going to look at the ISO that I have mounted to the actual virtual machine as a CD or DVD. However, you would select USB stick if you had a USB stick in your PC. And we're going to scan for that, and it's going to see if it's going to find it. Oh, and it has found it. So these are all the basics of what it's going to install, and we're just going to leave it just the way it is and hit OK. And we're going to do this one right here, install everything, which is recommended, 15 plus gigabyte software recommended. The terse one, I tried it once before and it failed, so let's try the full one. And it's doing all this good stuff. Uh-oh, there was an error. Attempting to install varlog mount Slackware 64 kernel firmware nor. This package may be corrupt. Okay, we'll go through that. Well, when it resumes, I will restart it and see if it works. As you can see, it's still installing stuff, so I'll resume this when it's finished. I should say extracting more than installing, so. Still uncompressing. Right now it's doing the glibc, as you can see. Still uncompressing, so it's going to take a bit. And this is on an actual virtual machine. It's got 6 cores running on it, so if you're doing this on a potato laptop, you might be here for a little bit. What I will admit is that with this way of doing it, and what's really nice about doing this installer, is that when you do have errors like that one, which is a corrupted package more or less, you will catch these errors and you will know what to look for, which is very, very nice. It helps out in troubleshooting if you had to ever have to. So right now, I don't mind this and I like this. And so, yeah, when it's done, we'll resume because I'm actually watching this go along and it's actually being very nice in what it's doing. So, and for those that wonder, actually, as I'm thinking about this, this is exactly what happens when you use any GUI based installer like Calamares or what have you. It does this all in the background. You just don't see the results like this is happening. And unless you click on the console text output on the little corner in the bottom right hand corner of Calamares, you won't see all this. And so in a way that kind of cripples you because you don't see if there is an error and what's going on to something that you might be able to actually fix. As you can see, it gave me an error with Firefox 117. I don't know why, but that's something that I could look at later on down the road. Okay, so it only had the issue with Firefox. So now we're going to try to install Lilo. Let's see what we do here. We're going to hit enter on this just to do the simple install it automatically. Let's go with the standard one. It's a safe choice. Nope, no extra parameters. We're going to install to the MBR. So it'll have a master boot record. All right, no problems with Lilo. We're going to actually install this is for your init system, which is a RC init system. And we are going to let it do all those BSD, inetd, daemon, activate IP packet for. We're going to leave the ones that are selected, the dbus one, the ATD, and the cron job one scheduler. We're going to leave all that just the way it is, and we're going to hit enter on that one. We're going to select UDTC, not local time. We're going to hit UDTC, and then we're going to select, for me, my area is going to be United States, Los Angeles. So we're going to go all the way down to the L. And we're going to do the NVI, which is going to use, we're going to do Vim. So we're going to do Vim. And we're going to create our user. Yep. And it's going to be, let's do TLT. Let's do it. See if I can capitalize it. Password for TLT is going to be that's got to be a minimum of 5 characters long. TLT, the real name, we'll leave it at that. Actually, let's edit that. Make that a capital L. There we go. It looks better. Now, the username, we're going to change that as well. We're going to commit that change. And so now we're going to be good. Home, bin, bash. Membership means it's going to be part of the root clan. Home phone number, work phone number. Wow. I forgot you could do that with Slack. We are done. So we're going to select done and be on our way. New password for root. I am doing the same as my other one. So it's a very strong and super duper NASA encrypted one. And we're going to type it again. Yep. Password has been changed, so we are good to go. And we're going to reboot our system now. We are going to... This is, again, you go down to the exit part, which is weird that it doesn't just automatically reboot like that. You have to select exit Zenwalk Linux setup. So I'm going to hit OK. And now we're going to have to remove our installation disk. So I'm going to hit OK. And we're going to hit reboot. And now we are going to be booting into Zenwalk. Lilo bootloader has installed, and we are at Zenwalk. So now we're going to type in Alex, and we're going to set our default desktop session to XFCE. We're going to hit enter. Oops. And we're going to type in our password. Wait. Oh, that's right. It's TLT. Ha! Normally I just type in Alex. And we're going to remove it. So it's checking for updates. They want to install these following packages, which is very, very nice that it's going to do this. But first I want to go here and let's go to settings and let's find displays maybe. Display, and we're going to set it to a 1920 by 1080 if we can find it. There we go. We're going to hit apply, and we're going to keep this configuration. We're going to close this so now it looks nice and beautiful. Well, sort of. The panel needs to adjust, but it's kind of stuck at doing this because of the update that it wants to run. So we're going to hit 1. We're going to move this over here to the right. I mean, this is actually a very nice little desktop here that... Just make it full screen. What the heck? And we're going to hit 1 for Run Forest Run and let it do all the updates that it needs to do. And right now it's downloading all this stuff. It's a beautiful desktop environment, and it's a very beautifully well done distro based off of Slackware. Then when it's all done, we will actually log out and reboot back in, and hopefully it should fix the resolution. So hang on 1 second. I'm going to pause this, and then when it's all done doing this, then I'll resume. Just so y'all could see, it's still updating. I'm going to go make me some coffee. It'll be my second cup. I had some with the installer, and then now I'm having one with this. It's still updating. That's the thing about Slackware, is it runs a bunch of scripts and stuff to do this kind of stuff, so it takes a little bit of time. But either way, it's well worth it because it is a very stable distro. Well, there we go. It is done. Should we move, let's see, to... Sure, why not? Do we move? Yes, why not? Yes, we're going to do all that with Bluetooth, yep. And we're all done. So there we go. So now we're going to do this. We're going to cancel. I don't want to suspend. I want to, where's the freaking log out? There we go. We're going to log out. So you want to log out. We're going to log out. Then we're going to log back in. NetPKG is the package manager for this. It did what it was doing. I guess it was checking for updates. So let's see. For internet, we still don't have anything. So we want to open our terminal. Which is UX term. Very wild that we did that. And we want to type in sudo netpkg, and let's type in Firefox. Oh wait, install Firefox. We're going to enter a password. What? So then we're going to do su, and we're going to give our root password. And now we're in root. So now we could type in netpkg and install Firefox. Now, this is the quick... Dang it. I'm not typing right. Let me make this bigger so everybody can see. netpkg install Firefox. And now it's installing Firefox. One-to-one install it. Let's make it full screen. And it's downloading it. Hopefully we have no problems with it. So it finished installing Firefox. So now we go here into the internet, and now you have Firefox full screen. There we go. And we're going to set as our default browser, and there you go. We now have Firefox set to full screen. And of course you got the tabs over here on the side where that their actual, what you call it, is updates available. Oh yes, let's download the update and run the update, I guess. Well, you know what we'll do is we will download, see what it does. I don't want to download Firefox, forget that. I'll just run the update in net package. How about that? Go to Xterm. Make this big. So I typed in sudo package I typed in sudo net sudo or su, went into sudo again, and then I typed in net package update, and so now it's doing an update, and now it's saying gs for JavaScript needs to be updated. So I'm going to install that. I'm going to hit 1 on this. And now it's installing and updating that. No, it's wanting to install lib. I swear to God, it says libcaca. So I'm going to do 1 to install libcaca on here. What the hell? And now it's installing that. Yeah, we're going to do 1 for this one too to install everything that it needs to install. I don't know how many more of these packages it's going to individually install, so I'm going to pause it. When it's all done doing all this, then I'll be done with the update. So just for shits and giggles, I want to see if it's going to install Alacrity terminal. Well, it said searching Alacrity, search done by, meaning that it didn't find it. So let's try Kitty. No Kitty either. What about GNOME terminal? So GNOME terminal is what it's using for the XFCE terminal. So let's try console. What the hell? See if it supports any KDE stuff. Oh, it's there. So let's try installing it. Probably going to have to install a buttload of dependencies. Nope, it did not. It is all done completely. So now if we go over here and let's type in console, it's there. And we click it to open it. Do we open it? Do we get it open? Hang on. Let me make this small. Let's go to console. Nope, let's close out of this. Hang on. Let's try to do it this way. It doesn't open console. Interesting. Well, let's try logging out and logging back in and see if that helps with the terminal launch for console. All right, so the default terminal is the we're about to install the following secrets. Yep, we're going to hit 1 on that one. So it's an update that needed to be done. So it's installing that. That's what I do like, that it does this automatic system update right here up front in terminal command line. There is no graphic user installer for doing updates on this. You have to do it via the command line. So that may be something that most people are not exactly too happy with, but nonetheless. So let's look at console and see if we can get it to, we've got it installed. So, and it will not start. Weird. Will not launch. Strange. It installed. So that's kind of weird. It must have not installed some type of package. So I wonder if I type in terminal. Let's go ahead and make this bigger so everybody can see. Now that I've rebooted, logged out and logged in. So that works. So now you can see the actual commands. So now let's try typing in, well, we got to go to sudo, of course, because this is Slackware. One of the older distros does that. I can't add TLT doing a command line to setting it up as a sudoer, but really they have it separated for a reason, and it's old school. It's what we're used to. So I'm kind of taking it old school. Yes, I could make the command to make TLT a sudoer, but I'm not going to. I'm just doing this way for the sake of nostalgia. Okay, so now that we're into the actual sudoer, as you can see, the prompt changed from the money sign to the pound sign. That lets you know that you're in a sudoer terminal. So now we're going to do, I can't remember what the hell I was going to do. Oh, see about trying to install like OBS. So we're going to do net package, and then we're going to type in like OBS. No, you know what? Let's go to the media player. This is one that, so it's got MPV, right? Okay, so let's install VLC just for the hell of it and make sure that it launches, because VLC is the Swiss Army knife of media players. It plays everything, and it plays every format better than MPV. You don't have to have codecs installed to go hunt them down. VLC just comes with them. It's not there. So interesting. Let's try OBS, see if OBS is there. There are other repos that you can install into this, like I think it's NLC or SLC. I can't remember, but there's another set of repos that you could add into it that actually are like the non-freeze. It'll probably have all those. This I think sticks to all the non-free stuff, so that's why VLC wouldn't be in there, because it does have proprietary codecs already built into it. Let's try OBS, see if that's there. Yep, it's not. So these are the non-free. So you got to actually install the free software. So we've played with this enough for this video. The intent of this video was not to show the softwares, but it was actually meant to show you how to install, the walkthrough on the install for this. So either way, guys, there you guys go. We have installed it. We have it up and running. It is looking good. It is sounding good. Everything is, doing just fine. So go ahead and tell me what you guys think of it. Leave a comment down below what you think, whether, it's something you want to try if you haven't tried, or now that you know how to actually install it, maybe it'll tell you, you can enjoy it, because it's a very, 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 very popular and safe distribution to use that is very stable. Well, folks, that was a look at installing Zenwalk, the step-by-step, getting it up running, doing the update so that you're ready to go with it. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, or you saw something that I might have done that might have been better some other way. Hey, either way, it's there. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you see. Either way, y'all keep doing what you do. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in the very next one.